Hello everybody, this is Ruler of Ice and welcome back to Let's Play Deceased, the hidden object game. Now I'm gonna continue where I left off last time, so let's get down to it right now. And now we start story 4, Hallway. This is a surprisingly long game though. And somewhat interesting at least. Fourth job, collect all specific objects. That's a lot of medical supplies though. I found myself stopping in a hospital hallway. Before I came here, I thought everything I had seen and experienced was being conjured by myself. From a medical perspective, I was unstable. That might be why I was able to retain my sanity, confronted with all these surreal sights. My senses were owned, allowing me to see and judge things for myself, and this new sight made me deeply resent that. I thought it was a hallucination at first. The metallic taste in the air and my growing nausea proved otherwise. Sadly, my eyes and my head were perfectly clear. I even spotted some of the medical supplies I was tasked with retrieving. I don't know what happened here, but it was clear that whatever it was had to be worse than even I could imagine. No doubt about it, that's blood on the walls and floor. The liquid splattered across the hall belied a potentially lethal amount of blood loss. I've seen a lot of blood in my line of work, but this was different. It made me feel sick. So it's pretty clear that I'm a doctor. But am I alive or dead is the question. I found a pile of syringes. Maybe they tried to throw them out with the regular garbage. Perhaps there's some story behind this. A story more sordid than merely throwing syringes in the normal trash. That's not actually a good sign if there are a lot of syringes in one place. Especially if they're used. It's a bag, looks fancy. I'm sure this hospital has a lot of well-off patients. Maybe. I found a medicine bottle. Someone's reserve supply, it looks like. Although it's nobody's now, so it's worthless. I found a first aid kit. Nothing inside, but they wanted the box, and the box still can't. Always do my job. Do you? Do you really? The cat helped me pick up the surgical mask. If it wasn't so filthy, I'd almost want to put it on to deal with the smell. What is that bottle? There's something inside the room, but I don't feel like I'm going to grab it. And I can't use the cat? Okay. Here's a compartment with a fire hose inside. I think it's locked. This probably won't provide much help in a fire anyway. Why do you think that? It's a study regarding something called a white box. Investigators into the white box. Externally, it appears to be a white cube. Its origin and composition is largely unknown. According to investigations, the cube contains several known beneficial compounds for human health, along with a large amount of wholly unrelated components. Extracting these elements and administering them to patients has provided extremely effective results. It can treat both internal and external injuries. There is no need to adjust the treatment method for their symptoms. Administration is handled using a dedicated machine. To describe it in non-medical terms, it is a sort of panacea, one could say. There are several clear omissions and inconsistencies in the documentation we have on it. It is strange that the treatment mechanism is not even provided to team members, no matter how important it is to prevent leaks. What information has been provided to them may all be a fabrication. Applying the white box to treatment, despite that hardly strikes me as a valid thing to do. However, we have received several reports on problems caused by using it. Perhaps we had best keep it under careful supervision. Strange. Very strange. seen one before, but it's probably an old portable phone. It's connected to this huge unit so you can make phone calls. Carrying this around seems like a lot more trouble than just finding a public phone. Maybe. Well, there. I found a bandage. Something this used and abused should just be thrown out, but they want me to retrieve it. Maybe the hospital's crawling with lethal viruses. If that's the case, I guess I'm dead soon. Unless you're already dead. Some wine. The second most common kind of alcohol you'll find in a hospital. It's mostly for the doctors. Still missing some things. Where is the saw? I found a white coat. Judging by its size, it's probably belonged to a woman. As far as I know, there are 2 occasions when someone abandons their coat. When it's too worn out to wear, or when they quit the profession. I've experienced both. If you say so. I found a box of medicine. It's filled with liquids like disinfectant and saline solution. Nothing uncommon. Of course, I'm just reading the labels. It's not my job to test the contents and dispose of them properly. If you say so. Oh, I didn't see that. I found an IV drip. Being connected to one of these feels awful. And losing my job didn't make them any more palatable to me. 2 more things to find. Wait, is that the saw? It is. I found a medical saw. It's used to cut through tough bones and the like. Pretty unnerving, but then most surgical tools are. I won't use that ever. Now, there's only one thing left to find, and that's that. Where is it? I've been witness to shocking moments many times before, but no matter how many times it happens, I never get used to people dying. I've seen people die from knife wounds, but this wasn't a simple case of a mispositioned scalpel. A scalpel can save countless lives, but it took 3 of them here. She flew out of that operating room and attacked him. 2 of them were a doctor and nurse. The other was a passerby who tried to stop her. Before they were killed, they were whispering to each other. I couldn't hear them well, but it was something about a box. They wanted to get rid of it or something. Then that woman came out, and I think she said something about a box too. I don't know about it, and I sure don't want to. I know from a doctor who saw the tragedy that took place here. Oh, there was an attack. Where is it? Where is it? I'll trade this book with a cat in it. Looks cute. You could teach that grumpy cat over there a thing or two. It's a ring case, just a container, but sometimes containers can be worth a lot. Yeah, it can. I'm sorry, but I need you to be disaster preparedness contact this week. I'm pretty busy right now, so it's super easy. You just spend 10 minutes making a quick circle around the ward. Then you have to carry the key to the hydrant in your pocket. And that's it, really. I'm sorry I called you a big show-up before. I'll introduce you to a few women I know, okay? By the way, you gotta leave the toy you see in the hydrant case in there. That kid hid it there. Kinda playing with the old lady, you know? It's written by someone who wants someone else to be a disaster prevention manager. Won't read anymore. I have to find it. Where is it? I don't see it. There's a tie here. I really don't see it. Is it there? There's something shiny in the ceiling. Whatever it is, I doubt it's worth climbing up to get it. If you say so. Where is that chart? I don't see anything like it. There. I found a patient record. It's for a woman due for surgery in a few days for a lung ailment. The planned operation doesn't seem like anything too complicated. Anything too complicated? I continually doubt with blood might work, but I've hated this more than any bodily fluids I had to touch during the surgery. Having blood be casually strewn around like this isn't right at all. The police should have come, and then it should have been cleaned up appropriately. Maybe neither of those things happened, which makes this place special. In a bad way, of course. The kind of death allowable in a hospital only follows after an attempted treatment being made. Here, something else obviously took place. If it was murder, it's even more unforgivable. That's why this hospital is a shell of itself now. I began to grow suspicious, not of my own hallucinations, but of why I was sent here, and what this place even was. Ew. Funny islands belong to the doctor and the sacrifice. Why do you keep saying sacrifice? Doctor and patient. Ironically enough here, in this murder scene, my mind felt perfectly clear. I felt like I was examining a blurry X-ray, mulling the possibilities from all the potential diagnoses to make. I got several glimpses at how things were done here at the hospital. None of it struck me as the proper way to handle matters. They were beyond the norm, or even common sense. An organization that went so far away from the beaten path obviously couldn't have worked at all correctly. Maybe this incident was part of that, or perhaps it was a case of the innocent getting caught up in it. The person who sent me here, did they want to retrieve this hospital's secrets, or hide them? And what happened in here anyway? I followed the text in a notebook, once again, appearing out of nowhere, as I thought about people and things bigger than myself. I found a large number of documents and records so far. Perhaps it's just a coincidence, but the ones I've come across seem to suggest a deeper connected meaning. Wherever the truth lies, I figure reading them won't mislead me. I need to look over what I find, as long as time allows. Yeah. I suggest disposing of the white box, no matter how much of a panacea it is, and we shouldn't be using something we don't even understand. If you need proof of that, look at the doctors involved with the white box. One by one, they've dealt with fever, vomiting, and visual and audio hallucinations. Oh really? Something harmful must be leaking out from the box, but these are doctors we're dealing with. They try to explain it away as borderline personality disorder or whatever. Besides, that box just feels bad to me. But even I hesitate to do away with it entirely. If I didn't see that face in the ceiling, I wouldn't even be suggesting this. I have people on my side too. We have to get rid of it, even if by force. It talks about how a white box should be disposed of. It is true that the white box has saved many patients, but the box is making them teams split apart. One sect turns a blind eye to the lack of research. They just want to keep using it on our patients. The other calls it dangerous, claiming it needs to be disposed of. One among them says it should be left there, neither disposed of, no use on patients. I fail to understand this opinion, and none of the other members do either. Maybe it was because she lost a child. She is still the most gifted surgeon in the facility, but sometimes she just stares into space, talking to herself. She's assigned to an operation today as well. Once she's done, I'll invite her over to coffee. What did the text say? Is a doctor's opinion on the so-called white box. Alright, let's do this. I found a ring case. There's nothing inside, but maybe both the box and its contents mean a lot to someone out here. Maybe. the doctors spotted this, they just weren't paying attention. I found a tie. I don't like them very much. All they're good for is strangling people. Why would you say that? There's a doll pinned underneath the wheelchair. Maybe I should pull it out. Or maybe not. The doll is torn apart. There's no bringing it back to whatever it was. Well, nothing to worry about. It's just a plain old broken doll. I should have, that was the hidden doll, and I blew it. No, well, nothing to it. I found a fancy umbrella. I actually wouldn't mind having this for a change, assuming there's rain outside. I found a bag. It's a fancy one, but there's just a bunch of cheap junk inside. That's it. So there you go. I found a picture book with a cat on the cover. Maybe there was a child here. A hospital regular, perhaps. Reminds me of that boy from before. I found a phone receiver. It's too heavy to carry around, and if you're not toting it, you can always use a regular phone. It seems like a ridiculous piece of equipment, but no point hating on it. Innovation doesn't happen all at once. If you say so. What is that? Is that a lamp? The second one? There's more. There's at least three more things to find. Where's the ring? There we go. The cat plunged into the darkness and retrieved the ring for me. Guess it's not bothered by the dark at all. Of course not. Cats can see in the dark. Or so it's believed, at least. No, they do see in the dark. They have such eyes. There's something shiny you see. Is that on my list? Yes, it is. The cat snatched the anklet from the hole for me. I don't know what it's doing up there, but it certainly hasn't seen an ankle recently. That's all from here. Only one more to find. What is that? An earring. Unless I missed something in writing this, just one is all I need. So where is it? Where's the earring? I found a single earring. The other one might not even be in this hospital or in this world. A lot of people must have gone through here. Their stuff is all over the place. Are they all forgotten belongings? Or is there a reason why they had to be left here? I mulled it over as the sea of blood before me gradually grew thicker. I have a bad feeling what the changed world is. Normal people don't seek the truth. They seek the answer they'd prefer to have. If they see an ocean of blood, they'd probably figure, hey, this is a hospital. Maybe some sort of accident happened. I don't know if it's just my nature or the bizarre events happening around me, but seeing this blood reminded me of death and convinced me that this was done by human hands. Gather all the evidence and find the killer? Collect all specific objects. Clear certain conditions. Okay, this is bad. Even among my hallucinations, few things could be more ill-natured than this. To me, these visions were nothing more than unnatural terrors, but to me it seemed all too much like the truth. There wasn't any amusement park in the world. It wasn't covered in ivy. All it did was make me unhappy. And the notebook made me even unhappier. Who committed the murder? It asked. I have a feeling. The question proved that this was no accident, no strange and unusual treatment. Now before my eyes, it looked like the murders took place just moments ago. I spotted the corpses and the weapons that did the dirty deed. I decided to forget my discomfort, observing the scene from a medical perspective, just like in my doctor days. The notebook was asking for the culprit. I found a scalpel sticking out of the man's back. This is the only wound on him, so it must have been lethal. This was a deep, powerful stab. I'm sure the murderer knew exactly what they were doing. Well, the murderer must have been a doctor then. I found a scalpel. It's the same kind as the others. Finding yet more of the same was no longer a surprise to me. I found a scalpel sticking out from the shelf. It made me realize that the bloodstains were all made at different times. They're all in different phases of drying out. It's hard to imagine using a single scalpel this whole time without disinfecting it in between. I found a scalpel sticking out from the man in the center. Turning his clothes aside, I found several wounds. This was far from a cool, calculated attack, which means it was done in rage. I found a scalpel on the cart. There's nothing unusual about it, save for the fact that several scalpels are lying around here. It's hard to imagine multiple scalpels being used to kill at the same time. I found a scalpel sticking out from the woman's neck. Looking at the cut, it appeared that the scalpel was plunged straight into the throat. If the murderer was taller, the wound would have been more vertical, I think. So the murderer was short and knew exactly what to do. I found a scalpel on the floor. Judging by the slight wear on it, it had been used for its intended purpose before the murder. How many more are left? Just one. So where's the killer? Is the question. The last one is here. I found a scalpel stuck into the table. It's not easy to make a bladed object stand upright like this. It took a lot of force. By sticking a scalpel on the underside of a table like this made no sense in and of itself. Now what? I feel something. The body of a young doctor. There's a scalpel sticking out of him. I don't know his name, but I'm sure he was a self-confident prick when he was alive. One of the 3 victims. Maybe this guy didn't work here? Perhaps the murder wasn't necessarily trying to kill medical staff then. The body of a nurse. Her neck's been cut. Anyone aiming there was looking to kill. Maybe she was deliberately targeted from the start. A picture of a short man. He's showing a cheerful smile, but it's easy enough to smile one moment and perform heartless acts the next. Did he do it? This doctor looks like he's brimming with confidence. Having the confidence broken it can change a man. Is he the killer? No. A strong, confident doctor. Even a woman could kill well enough with a scalpel if she was used to handling him. Is she the one? No. Doctor with a grim look on his face. Someone looks like constantly angry. Like this is a scary sight when he explodes. Is he the killer? No. A short man. He's shown a cheerful smile. The fact that he's short. It's this one. What? wasn't? So who is it? Which one of these doctors is it? I don't think it's the rightmost one, and it isn't the third one, and I don't know. A doctor with a grim look on his face. Someone who lives life constantly angry like this is a scary sight when he explodes. I don't think so. A strong, confident doctor. Even a woman could kill enough with a scalpel if she was used to handling it. Is she the one? I actually think it's this one, because I think this is the mental health patient. It's this one. The woman was smiling. She was starting to laugh. I know how meaningless that expression was, shown by someone beyond human salvation. This was no smile. She was just moving a few muscles. She lacked something integral as a human being. Who do I need to find a murderer for? Only one thing was for certain. The notebook didn't tell me to inform anyone about the culprit. I'm the only one who knows their identity. No matter what the reason, I could never justify deliberately taking another's life. If it was a doctor who did this, it was a defilement to the human race, a defilement to the medical profession, to any doctor tasked with saving lives. That's true, because one of the vows a doctor takes is never to take a life. It's not like I'm qualified to act all self-important like that, but that, I think, was true enough. But she was a doctor, and the mother of a child that's no longer alive. The mother. Collect all specific objects, clear certain conditions, find all the boxes and give her what she wants. What does she want? She had killed at least 3 people, the 3 people before me, and now she was here. She was a killer. She needed to be rebuked, pursued, and tried in a court of law. She was selfish. To her, the bodies here were just decorative objects. But I was a doctor. Whether alive or dead, it wasn't my role to judge criminals, or to drown them with my scorn. Not because that's what the notebook ordered. Because saving those in pain was one thing that defined my life. As a duty, not out of compassion. Oh god, that's terrifying. If a patient can't speak, you must examine them to know what to do. It was the same here. If I knew who she was, and what she was after, perhaps I could do what needed to be done. But these shapes, the cubes in a notebook, I don't think she needs those. They're freaking me out. Perfect. I require no further compensation. They never noticed what the compensation room was. I have to stop her. Her emotions are going to ruin everything. Yeah, because you've lost your own emotion. What's going on? Stop it. It's not rare for innocent people to become victims. Sadly. Is that so? This box will change everything. It's a huge leap forward, not just for medicine, but for human history. And lucky for all of us, it's all gone to waste. The box is a complete unknown. It's dangerous. I don't know why, but it creeps me out. We should dispose of it. Pretty smart take. Too bad it earned him a scalpel in the back. Why is it a cube? I don't know. Shape didn't matter. You just wanted to treat it as a thing. I don't care what's inside the box. It's what the box means that's important. Your death doesn't have any meaning either. It's that. You know, that thing. About that. None of you would even give it a name. Now where's the key and the clown? I don't dare to click on the killer though. Yup, they're dead. But what now? Where do I even find these keys? You're just collecting boxes. It's not hard. Really. He was the disaster prevention contact on that day, too. He's got what he needs for that. Oh, really? Groping around in a doctor's pocket, I found a key. I used the key from the doctor's pocket to open the door. There was a key ring with a clown inside. I picked it up. I have all of them. Give her what she wants, huh? Or what does she want? I held out the key ring with the clown. Her eyes turned toward it. Then they pursed wide open. I worked to keep my clouded senses on this side of sanity. I looked at the white boxes, holding them in my hands, but I couldn't recall myself doing that. The boxes I picked up were disappearing. All that was left in my hands was that clown key ring. The boy, her son, must have hated clowns. But still, that toy was the greatest treasure he ever had. It was a gift from his mother. He was too kind to tell her he didn't like clowns. The mother, learning about it later, was overjoyed to see how he acted. It's the kind of bond they shared. And the documents there showed why a mother like that was driven to commit a tragedy. After losing her son, she was driven by a singular obsession. An obsession for what, I still cannot say. And that's all for this episode. Mortuary. Oh, great. Just great. Just great. But I think that's all for this episode. I don't know how many stories there are. This is actually a surprisingly longer game than I realized. So, thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and check out my previous Let's Play videos if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!